Well, good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Right, I don't know if many of you watch David Icke at all. I like a lot of what he says, but where I will totally disagree with him is that the West is about to fall under the Chinese style social credit system. It's not going to happen. Right? China has no interest in dominating the rest of the world, unlike nor has Russia, by the way, any interest in dominating the West. The problem we have is the Western governments, right? All of them. Because they are completely 100% now controlled by the Khazarian, Jewish, Zionist banking cartel and all the rest of their stuff, the pharmaceutical industry, whatever. Yes, I know that the whole world was dumbed down by this present 2 years thing. But just to be honest, as far as I'm concerned, and I believe China has no interest in dominating the West, nor has Russia. Russia is not going to invade the Ukraine. The problem is those Khazarian, Zionist, Jewish scumbag bankers, the cartel, the mafia. They have bankrupted the West deliberately. It's, as I said before, it's the end of the empire. And they are in a frantic move to run with the rest of the wealth of the Western world. The Western world, the empire, is done. It's finished, as I said before. When the new empire will come on, I don't know. Right? Will it be China? I don't think so. Because China has never had that kind of mentality. They might be classed as a communist country, but they're a totally different entity to what the Soviet Union was, because the Soviet Union was made up of Caucasian white people, right? Ish. Well, the Chinese are Asian Oriental, and they don't have that mindset to want to dominate the world, right? Their sole purpose for being is trade, has been for thousands of years. So they are attempting, China that is, to open up a new Silk Road, this Belt and Road, whatever they call it. The idea of trading. Because they know that at some point, within the next short space of time, the Western world is done, right? It's finished. The only still totally productive country in Europe is Germany. And Russia is up and coming. It's got natural gas to sell to everybody, but because of the banking cartel, it's not allowed. Right? They want to sell American gas at massive expense to Europe, shipping it by sea, where the pipeline from Russia is already there. See? So, despite what David Icke says, I don't see China being the model for the rest of the world. The elites are on the run. Their empire it's crumbled. The level of debt and the derivatives hanging off this debt level is frigging unbelievable. So, how do we know that China will be the next, I'll call it trading superpower? Because they've got all the gold. Right? Nobody knows how much they've got. I mean, estimates are at 30,000, 40,000 tonnes. So, all China's got to do is decide when and where to show the world how much gold they've got. Bang, the West is dead. It's finished. Because the UK banks ain't got any, as far as we know, and we're doubtful if the Americans have got much. And Europe is pitiful the amount of gold. So China will be the major superpower in terms of trade. They're not interested in dominating the world. The people who want to dominate the world are, again, the Khazarian, Jewish, mafia cartel. Not the Chinese, not the Russians. It's nonsense. So that's where I'll disagree with David Icke on that. I don't know what your thoughts are. Study your history, right? The empires of the West are dead. They've all died. I mean, we could say that the first Western Empire probably was the Greeks or whatever, because they're kind of part of the Western world, if you like. But the American Empire, which has dominated for the last 60, 70 years, is dead. Finished. It's bankrupt. It's bereft of anything. And the people at the top haven't got a clue how to get out of it, except steal the rest of the wealth. And eventually they'll realise they've been rumbled, and they'll go, and we'll all be left picking up the pieces. And trade in the future will come, if any, from China, through Russia, through the Belt and Road, into Europe. You know, there's going to be no dominant world government, people. That's just a farcical nonsense. As much as green energy is a farcical nonsense and sustainability is a farcical nonsense. It's pie in the sky, apple pie with custard, dreams of a bunch of psychopaths who haven't a fucking clue what the fuck they're doing, apart from bankrupting everywhere. Anyway, peace.